So increasing diversity in research will really take a multi-pronged approach. I think the first thing is to recognize that when we talk about it, the language that we often use is participation. We say there's a low participation or people don't want to participate in trials. And I don't think that's necessarily true. I think that it's important that we do address things like mistrust due to systemic racism, et cetera, that certain people groups, particularly Black people here in the US, have experienced. But I think that it's also important that we look at systemic parts that are played that may exclude certain people. So for instance, thinking about our inclusion and exclusion criteria, if we think about Hispanic, Latino, and Black populations, they may have a higher incidence of comorbidities. Are we making our criteria so strict that we're automatically excluding groups of people, right, that don't need to be excluded? Also thinking about where we conduct our trials and investing in research centers that may not necessarily be proven, so to speak, but where there may be people who have access to certain populations that need to be in the trials, or looking at researchers who are people of color who may help inform those questions. I think we also have to look at discrimination and bias within the system and see ways to address that so that people get access to care and access to information and knowledge about studies and where they're conducted. So there's a lot of ways to approach it, but I think that working together with the clinician, scientists, with the patient community, the advocacy community, as well as our industry partners will help all of us to conduct better trials and to make sure that everyone has access to cutting edge medicine and care.